Hello and welcome to our YouTube segment. Today it is the 21st of October. It is polling day in Maharashtra and Haryana, and that means most of the news today is focused on the voting that is underway in these two crucial states. There are 288 seats that are up for grabs in Maharashtra, 90 seats in Haryana, and in both states you have incumbent BJP governments, Chief Ministers Devendra Fadnavis and Manohar Lal Khattar, both of the BJP, who are looking to make big comebacks, not just comebacks but big comebacks. Now, so far we are seeing the contest in the following way. In Maharashtra you have the BJP Sena alliance on one side taking on the Congress and the NCP on the other. In Haryana, it's basically been a fight between the Congress, the BJP and the JJP of Dushyant Chautala. But one common theme that we do see in both states is that the Modi factor is still very, very strong. The BJP's popularity from the Lok Sabha elections seems to really be holding on in the assembly polls as well. The fact that there is an extremely weak opposition is another similar theme that we see in both Maharashtra and Haryana. We've seen the Congress beset by infighting and factionalism. You've seen it in Maharashtra, where they haven't even been able to project a face. It's only the NCP Sharad Pawar who's really been able to put up a fight against the BJP there. Mr. Fadnavis, on the other hand, is campaigning on his development record, his own record as Chief Minister. He's seen as a tall leader of the BJP who's emerged in his own right, pushing aside all factionalism in the party in the state and really emerging as a strong leader in Maharashtra for the BJP. In Haryana, you have a similar story where you have the Congress, beset by infighting in the run-up to this election, all kinds of factionalism and feuds. And on the other hand, you have Mr. Khattar, who had faced a lot of challenges early on in his chief ministership, but today has emerged as someone with a clean image, a chief minister who's emerged as a leader in his own right in Haryana. And therefore, both these chief ministers, both on their own record, as well as the fact that the Modi and Amit Shah factor is so strong in both these states and continues to be from the Lok Sabha election, all of these factors are playing out on the ground. We saw national issues largely dominating the campaign as far as the BJP was concerned. You had nationalism, you had national security, Article 370, the National Registry for Citizens, the NRC. All of those were the key themes that the BJP leadership focused on, not so much the local issues. Even Savarkar, the debate around Savarkar's role in history was such a big deal in Maharashtra. Whereas on the ground, the opposition has been saying the real issues are actually something else. It's, whether it's the economy, the slowdown, the downturn, unemployment, the PMC bank issue in Maharashtra. So these are how the issues have played out on the ground. And in just 3 days from now, on Thursday, on the 24th, the results will be out. Will it be a big sweep for the BJP, as many think it will be in both these states? Is this a one-sided contest? Or, in our democracy, there are sometimes surprises. Will there be some kind of a fight that is put up by the opposition? So my colleague Shohini is with me, and she's going to tell me what questions are coming our way this afternoon.
From someone called Ragini, who's asking you what the voter turnaround so far has been. What do you think, is that indicative of any kind of pattern?
Okay, so Ragini is asking the question about the fact that until now the voter turnout doesn't look like it's very good in either state, to be honest, and we'll have to look at the breakup of again urban, rural, etc. I actually don't want to hazard a guess on what a low turnout means, because everybody has a different interpretation of it. Every time you talk to political pundits in every election about what the meaning of a voter turnout is, many believe if it's low, it could be people just thinking that, well, it's a one-sided election, doesn't matter, we don't need to come out and vote anyway. Others see it differently. So I don't want to hazard a guess on that, except to say that I think it's a poor reflection on us as voters if we're not coming out, as people, as citizens, if we're not coming out to vote. And I do hope that Mumbai in particular, as a big city that has had a very poor record as far as voter turnouts is concerned, actually surprises all of us and comes out with something better by the end of the day. More questions.
So we have another one from Sanjay Kumar, who's asking, with allegations of EVM frauds regularly, are results even trustworthy?
Okay, so Sanjay is asking about EVM, allegations of EVM frauds. Are the results trustworthy? Well, personally, Sanjay, I just want to tell you, I don't believe in these EVM conspiracy theories. At NDTV, we've never believed them. If you read Prannoy Roy's book on elections and what his position has also been, EVMs have and this, in in his view, in his studies, as someone who's covered elections for decades, have been far more reliable and more foolproof than ballot papers ever were. You had ballot boxes being stuffed and all kinds of rigging that would take place even with paper elections. Yes, of course, people have raised questions on the efficacy of EVMs, especially because in many other countries, in the West in particular, a lot of countries did give up on the use of EVMs. But I think here, I don't believe in those conspiracy theories that everything is rigged. I think that's a poor excuse for anyone to latch on to, frankly, in the opposition. At the end of the day, we have to see the writing on the wall.
There's another question from Tanuj Nigam, who's saying, among all the headlines, do you think we are missing any real issue in both the states? Okay, so Tanuj has got a good question. Tanuj Nigam's asking whether we're missing any real issues from both the states. I do think we have, because I think too much of the campaign has been focused on all these nationalist issues, 370, NRC, Savarkar. I mean, we were asking our guests this morning as well, are these the issues that should matter to people? I mean, sure, 370, for instance, was a big thing for the BJP, and they have every right to raise it in a campaign. But why not also talk about, let's say, the PMC bank scam, the fact that depositors can't access their money, that people have died because they haven't been able to access their money. The economic downturn is something I think that concerns people on a bigger scale. That not only shows, that's not only a reflection of the BJP's campaign, because they know that nationalism is working, but it reflects very poorly, frankly, on the opposition, because it shows that they weren't able to take up these issues strongly enough and convince people that these are the things you need to focus on. So from the looks of it, it doesn't seem like the opposition's done a very good job at all in raising what should be more relevant issues to people. Shohini. Another one from someone who goes by the handle JJK. He's asking, another clean sweep for BJP. Do you think with the nationalism agenda that they are rooting for? Do you think there could be?
I mean, I personally, I haven't seen the exit polls, and we'll be doing a lot more on the exit polls tonight, but it does appear that yes, the BJP's should have a comfortable win in both Maharashtra and Haryana. I think they're just looking at the margins, frankly. Is it going to be 75 plus in Haryana as they want it to be? Are they going to really take a strong march over the Shiv Sena in Maharashtra? In Maharashtra, the other thing I think to look out for will be, will the NCP do better than the Congress? Don't forget that it was the Congress that once ruled Maharashtra. It was a Congress stronghold, the whole state. And today the Congress could very well be party number 4 as far as, Maharashtra politics is concerned. So that has bigger implications on the national scale, stage as well. This is my view. I could be wrong, and then you can all send questions to me, yelling at me if I am, in 3 days. But it does appear to be a very comfortable win for the BJP, in my view, in both states. Shohini.
There's one from Vedant Mund, who is asking, any chance of a Congress revival in any of these 2 states?
Any chance of a Congress revival is what Vedant is asking. Right now, I think as a political journalist that you can't write off any political entity, you can't write off political parties. I think a lot will depend on how the Congress does it. Even if the party doesn't win, what will its vote share be? In Haryana in particular, they seem to have got their act together a little bit towards the end of the race. Many believe the leadership issue, of course, should have been sorted out there much earlier. But in Maharashtra, they have a lot of hard work to do. And I think that in Maharashtra right now, the Congress is in tatters and really needs to get its act together, because their factionalism is so split wide open, very ugly in fighting. That's not in fighting anymore. It's very publicly on display. So I think that is going to be a longer haul for the party.
Another one from Vipul Goel, who's asking, do you think exit poll predictions can be trusted?
Do I think exit poll predictions can be trusted? To be honest, I don't really look at exit polls with, we broadcast what everyone else is saying. We don't do our own for the same reason, because somebody is going to get it right? Like, ek tukka to lag hi jayega na kisi ka. So you have so many different numbers that come to your screens. I think exit polls might tell you a general trend. Like, I don't think anyone's going to, I'll be shocked if any exit poll today frankly says that the Congress is winning any of these 2 states. That will really shock me. So I think the general trend will be the same, probably, in these polls. The question is, what will the margin be, who will possible spoilers be, etc. But I don't have a lot of faith in exit polls. I think, they're better than they used to be, but most of the time they get it wrong. They're off the mark, and like I said, somebody has to get it right. Yeah, make 10 guesses, किसी का तो ठीक निकलेगा ना.
there's another one who's a fan of yours, Nidhi, from Arvind Jha. He's asking, he's a great fan of yours, and NDTV, will you be hosting this evening?
Arvind Jha. Well, Arvind, you will have Vasu's company this evening. You will see me on the 24th on counting day.
Any more questions? We are still waiting for more questions. You can send them in.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, do you want to talk about the election programming that you have?
Yeah, so just to let everyone know about the election programming, we're looking at the exit polls with Srinivasan Jain this evening from 6 o'clock onwards. We'll be looking at what all the channels are broadcasting. Everyone has their own exit poll. I think we'll all know what the picture is by about 7 or so, and then counting day, we'll all be back here from 7-8 in the morning through the day till late at night, including special programming from Mumbai, from Gurgaon, from Gurugram, whichever name you want to give it. Just looking at how the people of these two cities are viewing these elections, and we're hoping that more people come out and vote today, because if you guys come out and vote and you take an interest in this election, then I think it reflects in the different voices that one has to hear on the political stage. So please do come out and cast your vote. Every vote is important. It's not a cliche. Don't be lazy. Don't say that you've had a long weekend. Someone I heard from Mumbai this morning saying that, oh, it's raining. Yeah, I've seen more rain in one Delhi monsoon. Koi rain nahi tha. So don't make rain and long weekend an excuse. Just come out, exercise your right to vote, and then stop cribbing. Okay, just stop complaining and cribbing about the infrastructure and your politicians and this and that. If you don't come out and vote, then you don't have a right to criticize. I say that with responsibility. Any more questions?
We'll take one last one from Seema, who's asking, in your opinion, how would you compare PM Modi and Rahul Gandhi's campaign strategies?
Seema is asking a comparison between Prime Minister Modi and Rahul Gandhi's campaign strategies. I mean, come on, let's be honest. There is no comparison. Prime Minister Modi is he is the biggest face for the BJP in the political landscape today. There is no leader who campaigns like he does. And what is amazing about the BJP's campaign is that it's relentless. It doesn't matter whether it is a municipal election, an assembly election, or a Lok Sabha election. They fight every election to win. There is a hunger to win, and it's not that they were taking this election for granted. They knew that there is a Modi wave. They know that there is this factor in favor of the BJP since the Lok Sabha polls. Even then, they have left no stone unturned in this campaign in both Maharashtra and Haryana, and they've really gone all out. So they fight every election as if it's the last one, and you can see that in the way Mr. Modi campaigns. He's an excellent orator. He connects with people. You see that across his rallies. So there is no comparison on that front. I mean, to be honest, the Congress campaign has been very lackluster. It has been unfocused. Sonia Gandhi, for instance, did have just one rally that she was supposed to do in Haryana, and that also was cancelled. One doesn't know exactly what Rahul Gandhi's position is in the party anymore, and he made a reference to the Rafale jet deal again on the campaign trail the other day, which frankly, while it may be a valid issue otherwise for other reasons, may or may not be, but it did not work as an election issue. So one would have wanted to see the opposition put up a better fight to at least raise the issues that affect people, like the PNC bank issue, in a bigger way. And by the way, there was this great picture that was viral on social media last week of Sharad Pawar soaking wet in the rain at the age of 79, campaigning at night somewhere in Maharashtra. That's a lesson for all the opposition stalwarts and youngsters out there, so-called youngsters, that's what it takes to at least give a fight, even if you don't win an election. But at the moment, it just appears, frankly, that the opposition isn't even fighting.
We take one last question from Pratik Shinde, who's saying, based on your observation, do you think that this will turn out as the Lok Sabha election, like choosing a face rather than a party or a local MLA?
I think that a lot of this election has to do with Mr. Modi, Mr. Amit Shah, and one does get that sense from people on the ground that even though, yes, people are unhappy with, say, their individual MLAs and certain development issues in their state, they're willing to give the BJP a chance. There is a Modi factor that is huge in this, and also that they don't see a credible alternative. So all of these factors are working together. So thanks so much for joining us on this segment today. We will be back later in the evening once the exit polls start coming in, so you can tune in then as well. Thanks for joining us.